Hello and welcome back. This is day 208 of streaming every single day, and art stream number 46. Today I'll be working with more of my characters. These two are the adopted. I wanted to say adopted siblings because at first I had called them that, but then I realized I have a lot of like siblings in the story, so I was like, why don't I make them like cousins? Because they don't exactly look very similar. They could easily have come from like different parents, so I'm like, might as well just make them cousins then. So here we are, with the adopted family. I was actually considering just naming the stream that, but I was like, maybe not. Actually, let me get my new line art color pen out here. There we go. Forgot which pen I was using before. Might have been mapping pen? It was definitely not G-pen. Definitely not that one. Wait, was it? No. Definitely was not. Hang on a moment. I have to close all these folders too. I'll keep them there and I'll do like a new little sketch here. Let's see here. I'm definitely not going to be using the turnip pen. That one's just way too thick there. Let's see here. There we go. Now I could use this one for the line art. Don't put it on that setting. I could not tell you guys what this brush was if I tried, because it's in Japanese. At least I believe that's Japanese? Yes, yes, that should be. Trying to warm up with the pen today. It's been a little bit since I drew. Not like kind of like a week. Kind of crazy. Hey, thanks so much for the follow, Wicked Dreamer. And thank you for the follow earlier style. Appreciate it. Frog, yes, yes. I figured as much. Hello, Frog. Oh my goodness. So I just figured out something really interesting about the butterfly type, I'm thinking. These characters, they have a lot of lore behind them, so I won't talk too much about their story. But wait, why am I on the mapping pen? Um, but essentially these characters are how do I word this? They're like, I want to spoil it. I guess for anyone watching, yeah, they're kind of half villain, but they're not really actually villains. So, I was trying to decide between if they're gonna be part bird or part butterfly. Because butterfly feels more unique to me. But I also don't want it to be thought of as... what's it called? I really don't know how to say his name. Shiapoof? From Hunter x Hunter? I literally, as a joke, call him showerproof, because I can't say his name. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, yes, that is how I remembered his name. Um, So I have had like the hardest time trying to pronounce that name, but like I wished that the character like was good at one point because like it's a cool character design, and I feel like there aren't enough butterfly, half butterfly people in anime in general. I feel like it's a really cool concept. So, before I had wondered, about making them butterflies only because of her, because of the sister, or rather, they're cousins now. Um, but before I have this one scene with her and a butterfly and Alfie, um, as like one of the I could say inciting incidents in the story. But see, like, their hair kind of is coded to, birds. So I wasn't sure. Because I feel like bird people are used a lot in animes. Maybe not as much as I'm thinking they are, but they definitely are used quite a bit. So I'm having a hard time figuring out whether I should make them a bird or part butterfly. But then, let's see here. I figured out that the type of butterfly I was researching, or not even researching, I just did like bare minimum research on like what the name of it was. And that same butterfly is the same one associated with the butterfly effect. I was like, wait, what? This is like probably one of the more pretty butterflies I've seen. Let me see if I can get like a photo of it up here real quick, actually. Um, it's like really pretty. It's kind of what I was picturing for him, at least for the guy. I could make one a bird and one a what's it called? One a bird and one a butterfly, but like I feel like that'd just be too like back and forth. I want to keep it streamlined, make sense and stuff, and not have it like all over the place. This. It's a really pretty butterfly. I was thinking of this kind of design specifically for him. Let me get the lasso tool out of here. Now we have like a little reference over here. That should be helpful. I've actually gotten like I've heard I saw this video that one of my friends linked me, one of my artist friends, and they were like, it was like a video on drawing digitally zoomed out, so you're not like trying to perfect everything. I was like, oh wow, this is pretty eye-opening because I always am zoomed in when I'm doing my art, but it makes it much easier to not have to focus on like every little detail when you're not uh zoomed in all the way. Goodness, faces are hard today. How the heck do I draw this? Perhaps I should start with the wings. I'm gonna need to learn how this shape goes. If I do it more accurate to the photo, it's like goes up like this, it goes this way, this way. And then right here. Almost right there. General shape. Looks like it has this like, if I could like be like that. If I could separate it. But we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna do this. It almost looks like a wing shape. Like a bird wing shape, I mean. Also, it's very interesting how it separates right there. We have to go a little bit more down. With how big I made the top part, I need to make sure I follow through with the rest of it. I'll keep the same kind of figure to it too. Here we go. Looks like there's like this little split spot right here. Goes up just a little bit, and then it like evens out at the same level. Kind of curves right here. And then I love the pattern on their wings. Like, it makes it look like it's like doing this strange shape here. Wonder, is it actually doing that? Looks like here it is. It's actually really cool. I think I need to close this in a little bit more. Like right about there. Yeah, like that. And we'll do a rough curve here. It looks like I'm gonna need to actually study this now. So if I were to be like more accurate about this even, I could like... I'm seeing something here now. It like goes in like this. It has like a something, some part that connects here, and then it goes like from here to this. Yeah, like that. So how do we start this part then? This one's actually gonna be quite interesting. It looks like it's only looks like it's doing that. I think we can like get away with doing it like normally here, and then towards the bottom we're gonna have to start like trying to replicate the wavy indents. Make sure they're generally the same length and width. Okay, we have that now. Actually, it would probably be easier if I had done the mirror tool. So what I need to do from here is minus like all this, and then we need to just put this up here. Yeah, pretty much like that. And then from here, it looks like it kind of folds inwards like this. I definitely didn't draw it 100% accurately. That's why we need practice. Looks like it hugs the body shape too. Maybe I should keep that in mind with our design for our character. They look like they're about the same kind of like size, both the wing parts. So that's what I need to focus on, is getting the general shape, and then we can do that little ridge thing. Remove this here. I can try it out there, and then give more of like a sway to this part. So I could go like straight down, and then yeah, something more like that. Because I want to say that both these parts are pretty much the same kind of size. With this part maybe being a little bit bigger. We might want to keep that into account. Oh, that could have been what messed me up, yeah. Top part is slightly bigger. think it's also slightly folded in on itself there. Let me do this, because I have an idea. There we go. Now when we do this, yeah, we can make it more streamlined now. The goal is going to be trying to make this with the most accuracy possible. Butterfly wings are not easy. There we go. Yeah, more like that. I think the ultimate test is taking this and then putting it on the other side. See how it looks when it flips. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. I can see that it would be more like this, though. One of them has to at least be more turned because we want this part back here to touch right about... We're gonna have to, like, really turn it. Oh! I see what I did there. I see what I did. I can fix that still. Okay. This is the fun part with concept art, is realizing like these really small details. I'm gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this. You have to understand the butterfly shape to be able to draw the butterfly wings. Let's remove this section right here. This is the part where it looks folded in on itself. There we go. Looks like it goes a little bit inwards here. So I think we're going to need to cut down on some of this as well. And I'll cut this back a little bit more as well. Okay, so from here, do this. I want to make that a little bit smaller. There we go. It's obviously not going to be symmetrical. Oh, I just realized that. Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make it bigger. Yes, okay, okay. And then we can chop a little bit of this part off as well. See, it's around this spot, and then around over here. Oh, I just realized I'm not gonna want to do that both at the same time. I'm gonna want to just do one at a time. I'm gonna make this one smaller now. Right there. Perfect. I have to do the same thing on this side now. Make it a little bit smaller. Or make it a little bit bigger on me. Oh no, no, that's perfect now. I gotta fix that little spot at the top, but this is just concept art, so we all good. Hey yo, Rio, how are you today? We're drawing creepy crawlies. No, I'm just joking. It's a butterfly. Good, how are you? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How are you today? Let me try to grab these two and separate them. Need to turn it this way. Okay. I'm gonna move the whole thing over here so it makes it a little bit easier to see what I'm drawing exactly. So it makes it easier for me as well. Let's see. I realize I have a few niche characters in my story. It's gonna be very interesting. Because I have an axolotl, I have don't yell at me guys, but I have a spider, um I have butterfly characters. I guess I was determining if I was gonna do butterfly or bird though, of course. I'm still kind of between the two, but butterfly would be cool. As you guys can see though, it is very hard to draw butterflies and butterfly wings. I cannot pretend like it's easy. Like, I'm pretty sure this is like one of my first times drawing a actual butterfly. Like, legit butterfly. It's got a scary face. That's also cute at the same time. How does that work? How does that work right there? I don't feel like scary and cute should mix. Okay, so we have the general idea done. Now, this is going to be interesting. Essentially, I could just take a copy of this. Now that I have the basic wing, and I'll literally just like draw it on the character, or rather draw the character around it. And I'll hide the layer we were just on. Now we have this very rough looking wing. But perhaps I should take into account that it kind of morphs with the around the body of the character with the actual character now in the story. Maybe we should do that. I don't know if all butterflies do that, but it's probably likely. Then again, if we do a bird, we could do like a raven or swan or something. I was thinking something kind of more elegant, so maybe not a raven, but ravens are kind of elegant though at the same time. Like I'm going for this like brooding kind of aspect. I don't want to do the wings too high, but I also don't want to do them too low on the character. So I could do... like, let's see here. The wings obviously are going to have to be big enough for the character to be able to fly. But I don't want them to be ginormous either. Let me do a general reference here real quick. Looks like I'm making Dongo. As it usually does. I think that's a good amount. Maybe we should do his younger form first. Because that might help me. How did I do that one? Oh, I did a really weird shape. Actually, that works for the way the face is on this thing. It has like the little mouth. It actually does work. What the heck? Let me erase a little bit of this side. Oh, my pen is acting up. Gotta love it. I want to be kind of a little bit of a crazy boy. Not psycho, but like crazy hair. I'm actually having a lot of fun drawing with this pen so far. Though it's a little bit, though it feels like a little bit finicky, like I do like it. Should probably put his ear this way. I guess I can say a little bit about their story. At least for this family in the story. The family in the story is like, first of all, humans can't use magic in the world that I am creating in this novel. Only beast people can. And this family is kind of dead set on that they're completely human, and their kids haven't ever shown signs of being part human and animal. But then later on, it ends up being revealed that yes, they do have part animal in their family line, and they've been so pompous the entire story that they were just human. Their entire family line was like that. But little did they know, long time in the past, it was not like that before. Like, they weren't pompous about it before, but over time they started to think that they were just 100% human. I'm gonna give him like a gritting teeth face or something. His face is a little bit turned. I need to take that into account. Maybe the nose too far. There we go. Turn this down more, and then There we go, it's less distracting now. I kind of want to move this part up, though. Did I put everything on the same layer? No, I didn't. I'd like to move this up just a little bit. Yeah, more like that. And attach the body to a separate one. I'm gonna rename this one head. And this one wings. That is the wings, right? No, it's not the wings. Say base. These are the wings. And then we can adjust the wings separately. Maybe do like the base body or something. Maybe combine this more. There we go. You need to decide like what their exact clothing is as well. We're gonna have like this angry pose. Kneecap. Turn that a little bit. Might not make sense now, but I have an unconventional way of like drawing these shapes, I feel. This is a very not normal way of doing proportions. There we go, that's more accurate now. For leg to be a little bit thicker than the bottom. Get rid of this part now. And then over here. I'm gonna push this down a little bit lower because this implies otherwise that his arm is outwards, farther back. This is the arm that's indeed farther forward. So what we're gonna want to do is that, and then for this one we're gonna want to do this. Proportions. It's a very interesting thing. I think what I could do here is... I think I have like this mixed pose kind of going on. So I could do... So not to be in front. To be this way. But essentially take precedence there, and then we have this. Hello, Alfin, how are you today? I think I do want this one closer in. Possibly even a little bit more than that. Ah, we'll turn the leg. The leg was messing me up. Make them both bent if he's flying. Otherwise I'd be like making his legs like planted. That is not correct. I need to fix that real quick. I also need to fix the upper torso up here. Shrink this all. Shrink. Tilt. And pretty much that. I have no idea what kind of outfit I had planned for them. But I could have this like sash thing going on. See here. I could say we could give him the notorious shorts over pants. But people don't like that a lot in games like Pokemon at least. I feel like it would fit him though. Okay, then. Fix that part, and then we have... I'm gonna fix the legs again. I feel like he's tilting just a little bit too much. Then again, if he's flying, it might be justifiable, but... Let me grab this. I'd still rather keep him upright, because I think that would be more proper. Have it connect to, like, around his shoulder blades? Probably in between would be, like, the proper place for a butterfly wing, right? I just don't know how he'd sleep. After that part comes in the story. Actually, I have a fun idea for that. Now I have an idea. Oh, I just realized I have 2 more characters I can actually, like, import into the story. I say import because, like, I have, like, a lot of different random characters I've made over the years. And I feel like they would be, like, they'd work really good in the story. Let me do this. I'm doing it right there, but... There we go, there we go. I'm gonna erase that there, and then... Bring it up that way. I'm gonna make the legs a little bit thicker, because I feel like they're a little bit too thin. And to fix that, I'm actually just gonna shorten the legs, because they're a little bit too long as well. This one is a matter of perspective back here. This one needs to just straight up move up here. Because that's better. It has been a minute since I've drawn some of my story characters though, so I'm glad to have been able to draw one of them today, at least. Oh, he's like contorting his foot a little bit, but I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I could do like... this. Well, I could just make them both kind of face down like this too. This is just concept art after all, so it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. I feel like it'd be really hard for them to be able to fly with these though too, because like for the butterfly wings to be able to open and close fully, your arms would have to be pretty much in front of you, like at all times, for them to be like able to fully open and close, meaning. Then again, I think when butterflies fly, it's more like this. I don't know if they do they ever flap down like this when they're flying? So I know they have the position like this. Obviously, have that position, and they have this one. I think it has to go down a little bit, yeah. Yeah, so even if your arms were in front of you, it'd be like still really hard to fly. You still have this drooping motion in front of you. Even just a little bit. I don't know if it goes like fully like this, but I think it's safe to assume that it does. Yeah, no, it definitely does. Yeah, it's just really hard to see usually. I feel like whenever I see butterflies, they're not doing that. Oh my goodness. What did I just draw this on? Oh, seriously, what did I just draw this on? I drew it on this layer, so why didn't I copied it, delete, then paste? Thank you. So they're wondering why it didn't work. Okay. That was the actual butterfly. I keep that one down there. I have the base to work on again. I think I was deciding on this, like... Which one am I drawing on? There we go. Really, like, kind of shirt, I think. Have, like, a bit of the band showing here, and then a little bit showing there. I might give him the same neck thing that Alfie has. We'll decide on that after, I think. I think they call it the, Chabo? I don't know if it's common to have it on the shirt itself. I think usually you have it on your actual neck. I don't know how this would work. Also, that's a very, like, stagnant. Let me change that. There we go. Now it's more fit to the fact that he's, like, flying around, too. I only want him to have, like, one of these parts. Because I know the twins, I think one of them uh, has it, and then Alfie has it in 3 tiers? And then this kid will just have one, or possibly two. I think the twin already has, the boy twin has, like, two, I think. I think I'm gonna give him, like, mostly, like, a black shirt. So that's what's tucked in here, and then... we have the rest of it to work on. It'd be cool if I had, like, a custom, like, quote-unquote ear type. I think antennas in this spot would just look weird. Can we all agree on that? Like, instead of having an ear here, if you just had an antenna, I think that'd be kind of weird. I could do one, like, up here, sprouting from his head. And then on the other side, since we have, like, the perfect spot for that. But I feel like he strikes me more as, like, a bird type. So now that we have this pose, so we can, like, work on the bird version as well. Oh yeah, so I want to do, like, not ruffle, but, like, yeah, sort of roughly. How do you describe this one? I feel like I need to erase part of the arm for this to work. Can y'all see this? Almost, like, frilly. Not bowing out too much. Yeah, kind of like that. Not too much, so not too crazy. I think that'll actually work with the butterfly design though too now. That works. I think there's one thing I need to do. Shrink. Just a little bit. For sure. Needs to be shrunk. It's throwing off the balance. It's almost about right. Just a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's about it. That one. Then we could try with the, what's it called? The other form. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this to work. First of all, I'm gonna bring it over here, and then... This is gonna be interesting, yeah. Okay, so... What we have to do is... change the perspective. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have to do that, and then we're gonna have to... Hmm... No, that would not work. I'm gonna have to redraw that one, I think. For sure. Which means this will be a lovely thing for people to have to redraw. Oh my goodness. Uh, oh yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to... Essentially this. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull both of these down and see... And the wings. Down here. Where's the wings copy? This one. We have the other one, the other wing blade. So what we need to do is... Okay, this is gonna be really interesting. Because you can't just take that and do that again. So I'm gonna hide this one over that one. Then we're gonna have to redraw the other wing. Yeah, essentially these wings are gonna be a pain for whoever has to draw them a million times, which is likely gonna be me. Let's see here. Between the wing blades, and then have this wing out this way. Yeah, this would have been like impossible with the tool. I think that would have been like really hard with a perspective tool. I don't know if that's even possible with it. So we're gonna want this like really thin too, so I think we're gonna need it this way more. If we want to do it not so thin. No, because that's messed up now. It has to be like the same. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Because they have to be like at the same level of open. So depending on how far the other one is, the other one's gonna have to be the same amount on the other side. Which is gonna be more like, I believe more like this, with how open I have the other one. Almost, not quite. Because this would be... No, that would not be it. if we had changed this wing to be like more like this, more in, which I didn't do that obviously. The wings are still out. This is just like an illusion, honestly. The wings are very out. So essentially what I'd do is I should just copy and paste this one on the other side. Because with this one, if the wings are that far out yet, the other one's got to be just as far out as the other one is. It would just have to be hardly altered just a little bit by the perspective tool. So that's exactly what we're going to do in a second. We need to... I could actually do it without the perspective tool. It's just it's going to involve like cutting the actual art. Like if you guys see what I'm doing here. I might still have to do it actually. Let me just try cutting it instead, because that would be, I think, easier to do. Yeah, pretty much like this. Is what I was trying to explain. It's like really... It's really interesting to actually have to draw it, though. That's the part. I get rid of layer 17 now, and then... This one, I'll remove this. We can do this. Then we can have it like more like this around him. Just like this one. Be a fun concept to implement. However, with a specific scene, I think it would be more cool to have him as part, bird. You guys will see why in a second. No, I'd like to do more like research on like actual bird wings as well, because like I know I used to... I think I used to do that often. Was I would study like different animals when I was trying to draw them. I know wolves were like a big one, and then foxes, and I think deer was for a time too. Let's see, bird. This one's gonna be interesting. Yeah, this one's gonna be really interesting. I need like a general reference real quick. So, right about... Okay. There we go. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have removed the layer 17 that we had before because that would have been easier now. So bird wings are more fun to draw as far as you have this big spot that you connect it to. And it's like the way bird wings are is just more fun to draw, I think, overall. Obviously, he wouldn't have these wings as a kid. But I'm gonna draw the wings I'm picturing for when he's older. These wings go down like this, this. Has many different feather layers. I'm gonna do a more rough version of what I'm seeing over here. We have a bunch of like really small feathers in between. However way I can perceive that, I suppose. Then towards the end you have I could literally just draw like every feather, but those are so time consuming to do that. Change this part right here. And then essentially like this. I feel like overall, I should just like... Okay, I have an idea now. I have an idea now. I will do a sketch from memory. Let's see. From the older one. I'm gonna try to do this now. that's right, that's right. He has, hair like this. And then, trying to remember my designs by, like, memory is, like, I think that that is, like, a really good way to be familiarized with your own concepts. Because however well you remember it is gonna say a lot about, like, how many people are actually gonna remember it, like, besides you. If you yourself can't even remember it, I think the likelihood of other people remembering exactly how it went is, a little bit lower. But also, I feel like, to that point still, when you're making, characters and you're trying to remember what they look like, and it ends up coming out differently the next time, I think that's a good sign of things you can, like, possibly change or switch around if they look better to you. That's what I'm kind of getting at with this one. So I feel like I can change more about his design to make it more like his younger form. Also, if you can simplify the design, that's even better, in my opinion. This might be a little bit tricky here. This one definitely wouldn't stick so far up like that. I can move it down. I feel like it gives a more feminine expression, though. Which is not exactly what I'm going for him. Those are about the same on each side, so I need to design it like so. As if it is meaning. Notice I typically draw them like unequal. They wouldn't be like the same spot. I'm trying. Trying. There we go. And from there, it would be right about here, and then it'd go right about there, and then it'd go right here. Could give him a less of this kind of look to him, I suppose. So like instead I could do I do like the little like feather things up here. I think it might be nice to keep the other design we had for him. I'm gonna do this a little bit longer, I think. More grown out, yeah. I'd like to do some oddly shaped hair right here for him. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll make this go in more. And then I'll separate it this way. There we go. I made this one too long, so I'm going to change that one, and then I'm going to change this one. Might just take this one away altogether. Not quite. There we go. I think I need to cut down on this part a little bit. Not make it too much. Once we get the wings on here, I'll consider that done for the night. It is getting a little bit late. I'm sorry guys, I started like really late today too. That didn't help. Still want this like curved shape here, but I want this part up here to be more prominent than the bottom part. There we go, that's a little bit better. More simplified. Here, this is gonna take some practice because it's been a while since I've drawn wings too. I remember that wings were definitely one of my favorite things to draw. A long time ago. I need to warm up. I don't want the feathers to be too sharp. I don't want them to be like round either. It's really hard when the pen is still acting up really weird. Want this to close a little bit on itself. Yeah, I think the interesting thing too is the last time I drew wings was not digital. So it's been a long time. I'm feel like, what the heck? Just drawing blades of grass right now. I think I'm more used to drawing fur than I am wings. Feathers. Oh wait, no, I've drawn wings. I've drawn wings. The birds. I did a bird stream. But yeah, generally something like this. A very interesting scene. This is what I was picturing for the bird situation or the butterfly situation. That's why I was confused. Is because like you can do this for birds, but you can't exactly do that for butterflies. I guess. How you can like, yeah, that doesn't exactly work for butterflies. Funny is I feel like his hair resembles wings more closely than his own actual wings. There we go. At least we got that one over there. They look so fluffy though. Oh my goodness. The wings look so fluffy. I feel like I should make the wings a little bit closer though, like I was trying to do with the being like, at the wing or the shoulder blade. Shoulder blade. Yes, not wing blade. I'm gonna need to make sure I only move this stuff right here. Oh, but I'm gonna have to move this stuff first. Oh my goodness. Hang on, let me separate these two. Now I'm gonna move these ones, more like right about here-ish. Shoulder blade, shoulder blade. Right about there then. This one, I'm gonna select this one, and then we're gonna do shoulder blade for this one as well. Top of the shoulder blade-ish. I line them up to be about the same. There. Now we can take the other stuff that you wouldn't actually see in front, just because I want this stuff still for reference and stuff. I'm gonna take it right about here, and then highlight both of them, and then I'm gonna cut them. Those two I'll keep as one thing, and I'll hide them both. And then we have this one. We're gonna want to move that there instead. And then right here, we're gonna attach this. That is the wing right there. So then we're gonna do something right here. And just for reference, I'm going to make this really dull, purple color for the wings. I'm gonna do this. Just to highlight kind of where the wings are. For you guys to be able to see more easily. And then we can end stream right after that. I could just highlight the parts you see. I suppose then it would be it'd be interesting because I'm trying to show the whole wing, so might as well not do that then. Then for this one, I'm gonna do a darker one. Oh, let me like pick this one again. And this one would be, that's not very dark. I need like a darker one and more saturated. There we go. That's what I need. Might go with bird wings, guys. Though I feel like I could probably draw the butterfly wings slightly better than bird wings right now. I feel like these just are more easy to express. And while I would like to do them both like different, uh, it would make the whole story confusing. That's how different it would be. If one was a bird and one was a butterfly, no, that'd be insane. That would not work. Like that is how significant the change would be if I were to do even just something as small as that. I think that's one of the things I learned about story writing too, is like how vital each character is to the story. At least in my case, I guess some characters aren't as vital to other stories, but to me, each one of the characters matters, no matter what their role is. So they each play their own role, and everything works together, if that makes any sense. That's why changing even like the smallest of things can result in a completely different scenario. That is exactly why I need to consider carefully all my choices with the story. It's been really hard, at the point I'm at right now at least, to write the story from one part to the other. So I've had to like just write bits and pieces. Because to write it all in one go does not work. I do not recommend it. Because I know I've tried that before with one of my older stories, and that was like a story that I absolutely just gave up on before. There was this other story I was working on that I just completely gave up on. And essentially, I had tried to write it all in one go, and then it was like, well, this doesn't line up, this doesn't line up, and that doesn't line up. What is the reasoning for this? And I couldn't find an answer to that question. So, that was bad story writing in that one. I have some friends that tell me like, oh, well, I'm sure it wasn't that bad. I'm like, oh, it was bad. It was bad. I'm like, I'm not picking that one up again. Because, like, the way I had the whole story, it just nothing made sense, and I wasn't sure what the whole purpose of writing that story even was. So, I mean, I guess in the future, there could be a chance of me picking up that story again. But, it's very unlikely. If you all know what I mean. Kind of want to, like, reverse these colors around. But yeah, I feel like... yeah, the bird wings look better. By a long shot. I think it fits him better, too. I'm not sure about the cousin, but maybe? Let me grab this one, and then we're gonna move this down a little bit. Make this bigger, though. There we go. So, what is the consensus on this one? Move this one over here. Because he never has wings until later on. That's very nice. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. What about for this one? I'm trying to decide between this one, not those wings. This one just looks kind of bad to me. I think it'd be really weird having to draw butterfly wings for this one. I definitely want a butterfly character in the story though. Ooh, I already have a design idea. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yeah, I just got an idea. I'll probably draw that one off stream. Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah, so Rio, do you prefer the butterfly or the bird? Which one looks better to you? I feel like the bird wings have more character and they're easier to like work with because they bend and everything. But with butterfly wings, they're very stagnant, if that makes any sense. They're not exactly stagnant, but bird for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Elfin. If it's between the two, I think the bird as well. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like the bird as well. It looks a lot better. Also, I changed his older appearance just a little bit. Well, I say just a little bit, but it's actually quite different. But I actually like it better because it resembles his younger form more. His younger age. Where is he? I think I have it as part of it here. Yeah. Do you guys like this version over here or this one better? This is his old version, and this is his newer version. I think I like it with his hair not covering his eyes like that. I think they're both good, just different styling of the hair. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, they're almost kind of similar, but at the same time, like, I think there's like, I think this one's easier to remember for me, and it's like, there's less going on. It also maintains like more of his original hairstyle. That's why I like it better, I think. I also like the hair bands, like the hair strands, not bands. The hair strands that go out like this better on the second one than on the first. I think that the one on the right looks more streamlined and more like an actual character. I'm glad to hear that though. I think I'm gonna do more of a purplish color still, so he probably won't get like a deeper color for his hair later on. I think we could do this actually. We could try this. We're gonna try this real quick. Where are you? What? When did I have all these layers here? Oh, there we go. Wait, is that the right thing? Okay, so we can do this. Just before we end stream today, I'm gonna try to pick a new color that's like the same. Like, I'm gonna try to pick the same color, but without being the same color. That's not the right one. Turnip pen. feel like this blue is similar to the one he had originally, but it's almost too blue. One could argue that it's purple. This is the most confusing color. This one right here. I want to make it a little bit lighter. Not as deep. There we go. A little bit more like that. I like this kind of color scheme for him. But at the same time, I also like his, when he's younger to look a little bit darker with his hair, I feel like. I do like that for some reason. I can't place my finger on why yet, but I do. Right here, and then we have this. He does learn manners eventually. Oh yeah, the best part of what you guys are witnessing too is this is the concept art. So before anyone would get to see the character in the first place. Oh, I like this color a lot. I want to say it's blue. I'm loving seeing it. Hey, I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, it's like the early access. I'm just gonna finish up just coloring the hair in real quick. So we have a general idea how his hair looks. And then we can end stream for the night. It's been quite a bit. And just do this to finish this part up. There we go. Just like that. Yeah, I'm liking that way better, I think. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This was day 208 of streaming every single day. And art stream number 46. Thank you guys so much for the follows earlier. Thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone. Later.